What is going on, everybody? Coming at you with a new map to share. This one is a little bit unique and somewhat familiar at the same time. So by far the most complex map that I've ever made that has some uniqueness to it that's inspired from the unknown maps. So right off the bat you'll notice that this map has basically the same layout as Andy's Upper. So it's a map that's beloved by the treaty community. So I kind of use that as a base. But what's unique to this game or map is that it's got a lot of the unknown features. So for one, there is 16 different biomes that can spawn. So it can be like desert theme, it can be the original Andes theme, it can be snow, it can be European themed, the treasures and trees and mines and all that change. Additionally, so the natives have been changed. So there's a couple different things that can happen with this map for natives. One, there can be map natives and they spawn in the normal spot. There'd be two here. The difference being that instead of the Inca or Quechua, however you say it, it's two different random natives, and all 40 native civilizations are able to spawn here, and it's the same for each team. Additionally, native alliances are in this map, so that's where you spawn with a native embassy travois, and then you're able to ally with or choose an alliance and get you natives. And that would, if it's in that mode, then every player gets that and everybody's playing with natives. On top of that, it can also be a combination game. So you could have a native map natives, and then you could also have an alliance. So you could potentially have a mixed game. So it really kind of creates some dynamic and variety content. So just to kind of explain how this works, so like when you launch the game, there's going to be a pop-up that tells you what kind of game it's going to be. So here it's telling us that it's Alliance natives only. And then if we build this, we see that we get the 3 there. And then Alliance only means that there are no map natives. It could say map natives only, or it could say map natives plus alliance. So just to kind of show that in action, I'm just going to rehost here. So in this example, you see here, we have map natives and we have alliance. Just to show. So we have our alliance, so that means every player has the alliance, and then there's also map natives. So this time it's Apache and Tupi. So you could potentially get some very interesting native combinations here that you wouldn't otherwise see because all nats are possible. All the EU nats are possible. All the Asian Dynasty nats are possible. So it could make for some really interesting gameplay. Additionally, there are some Easter eggs in here that are hidden. I won't give away everything, but I'll just tell you that each game you spawn with a unique unit. Every player does, and it's the same unit for all players that game. It could be occasionally, there's a couple heroes that are in there. There is all the pets, so it could be a pet black bear, a tiger, panda, whatever. And there's also some other interesting things that I don't want to spoil, but let's say it'll be fun if you get that mode. Additionally, command post mode is in here if you've ever played Unknown. So instead of a starting town center, you would start with a command post, and then there's unique text that appear here for each player, and that's your starting town center instead of a instead of an actual town center, it's just a command post, and that's from the historical maps. It's a little more rare that that happens. I think it's they currently have it set to I set it to a 1 in 10 chance. But the point being that you really never know what you're going to get when you load into this map. So like the other maps, this also has train speed options. So easy is the Akan tech, 20% for infantry. Extreme is the Inca native tech, where infantry and cavalry are 15% faster. And then hardest is all units. So this map is called Arena Unknown, and again, it's the base map is Andes Upper, but it's been modified heavily to incorporate these elements. So I'm just going to load one more. Maybe we'll get lucky and get command post. Oh, we did. Look at that. So in this mode, instead of a town center, you see we have the command post. How lucky that we got it. So this acts as our starting town center. Interestingly, this isn't a town center, so you can instantly build another town center age 1. But for all intents and purposes, it has all the same functions. Can train settlers, age up with it, etc. Unique to the command post, you can build a military wagon, and that builds into military buildings. And then there's going to be 3 unique techs here. And each player will have the same 3 techs, but they're chosen at random. I think there's about 35, if I recall correctly, something around that number. So there's 3 different ones that will appear here. Some are quite good, some are really bad, and some are just kind of meme level techs. I'm not going to spoil any of those. I'll show these 3. So like this gives everybody a bank wagon. This disables home city shipments for enemy players for 2 minutes. And then gunpowder trooper actions, and then ships 6 raiders. So there's some funny techs in here. In command post mode, it's the same thing. So it could be map natives, or it could be the Alliance, or it could be both. And you can see this is a snow theme map biome, and we have Udesi and Hanover. So it really makes it for interest. I mean, all the hunts, the trees, everything changes each time, so it really makes for some interesting stuff, and not the same thing that you're looking at over and over. I do plan to add a lot more to this with time. There's a ton of stuff that exists in Unknown that I think is a lot of fun to play and have as an option. It just Unknown, unfortunately, for treaty is just really not balanced, and it really comes down to natives. You know, I've played some games where one team has 7 natives and the other team has 1, so it's not always balanced. I still think Unknown is a lot of fun to play, but I can understand why, for balance reasons, people don't want to play that. So I'm going to continue to try to incorporate some of those elements in. Another thing, there's always livestock that's hidden on the map, kind of randomly, and every herdable that's in the game is available. And interestingly, one of the unique Unknown ones spawned this match. So this is a cash cow, it's called, and get my explorer over there. He's fast because I entered a cheat. You can collect this like a normal herdable, but this one in particular, and it's fattening much faster because I have cheats on, but it fattens, and once fattened, you can collect coin from it. So you collect or kill it just like you would a normal livestock animal. There's also a wood version, and then there's a bunch of different, obviously, food versions. But again, something different that exists in Unknown, and I think it's kind of fun to incorporate. So yeah, for now, that's all that's in there. Like I said, I will be making updates to this map. I might tweak with or play with the cliffs a little bit and make that a little bit variable and a little bit different depending. I don't know. I'll have to play with it and see. But yeah, I hope you'll give this map a try. Hope it's fun to play and something different. So if you give it a try, leave a comment. Let me know if you have any suggestions or ideas. I'd love to hear them, and yeah, that's it. So I'll see you in the next one.